So this is the BugBrand PTDelay, more specifically the 2016 edition, and this is the current version that's made. You may see, and there's a picture on screen right about now, an older version, just slightly different layouts. So up along the top, we have input, CV input, which would usually be a banana jack, which would integrate with Surge, Buchla, or the actual BugBrand synth system. We've got 1/4 inch delay out and feedback out, so we can create our own feedback path, put filters in there, spring reverbs, distortions, anything you want to process this delay trail with. And then our output. Just take our out and in, and let's just start a little synth sequence, and we'll go through the features. So we have input gain. This is working at line level. You can attenuate your rack levels. You maybe need to boost up something like a guitar, but it's quite wide ranging. We could drive this with the input level. It's got a nice drive to that input. Works really great when we get these other bits of delay going. We have a dry and a wet out, low cut and high cuts in the feedback path for the delay, feedback with a mute kill switch, an input level to the delay, again with a kill switch, delay time, the CV affects delay time, and that's the mod depth, and the wet. So let's check out the wet. So input gain, which will affect the dry, actual input to the device. And then a delay drive that's separate, the amount of signal going into this PTDelay chip. Delay time. Get these nice metallic rings. Like I said, you can kill the input to the chip. Feed the input back in. Kill the feedback. It's really controllable. Delay time. Get all that noise from the PT chip. As grungy as that sounds, it can work great in the background of a patch. Especially when we shave some of the top end off. And then just introducing this low and high cut. The low, just about kills the sound, not entirely. And the high cut, get this lovely warming effect. Actually notching this in like a band. Create some really nice delays. So warm, rich tones, chorusing, flanging, fast reflective style spaces, completely warped, noisy delays. It's great, really hands-on. So let's get into some drums, some more synth melody stuff, and playing this without an input as well, because self-oscillating, you can generate some great sounds. So let's have a play around with a PT delay on some drums. Here it's on the snare drum. I'm going to use the dry and wet to blend the dry snare and the delay, all being mixed amongst this Euro drum setup. And we'll also play around with some CV and the feedback going in some different modules as well for further effects. can actually kill the input drive to the delay, and then use the feedback just to manipulate some textures. We can actually mute the feedback. So by feeding in certain sounds to this delay and killing the feedback, you get really creative and live manipulate these delays. Let's play around with some CV. And this is an envelope that's triggered in time with the snare that you're hearing through the delay. Let's just isolate the delay. Get rid of the dry. Quite like that. Spin the dry back. And like there, you can hear get some great reverberant sort of echo reflective type spaces out of this thing. For some further mangling, let's plug in some Geiger counter from WMD into the delay out and feedback path. This is bit crushing, wavetable, shaping, distortion. It's going to get pretty dirty. So this may seem pretty destroyed and not that musically useful, but just a bit of it as a backdrop. And get some amazing textures. So here is the DivKid's Synth Voice. Fantastic sounding synth, absolutely stunning. There's an actual review of some of these modules that make this voice up on my channel if you want to check that out. Here's the Korg SQ1. We're going to play a little synth sequence into the PT delay, play around, add some CV, create some different effects. So here's the synth sound. Simple enough. Let's add the delay. You can hear that noise creep in with the longer delay times. With a little filtering, you can really make that noise work for you as this sort of dark, rumbling texture in the back. Let's take out the dry. EQ cuts, filters sound great. And one trick that we can do is to actually kill the delay feed with a high feedback and almost use it like a sort of looper. So let's try that out. I'm going to flick in the input drive to the delay and back out again and try and catch a sort of feedback point on a specific note. So you can hear there, I just managed to catch that top note. And again. So you can just have these kind of like filtered out washes in the back that you can mix against the dry. So the final thing for this part of the video, let's check out the drive, and we can take out the wet and just drive this input. That's adjusting the cutoff modulation on the synth. Some of that chorus in effect. It can also just be a really beautiful, noisy, characterful delay. Just like that. So as we can get this thing to self-oscillate and feedback and create some really cool noises, let's just play around with no input, just my output going to be recorded. That's it, all manual wiggling. So for gestural work, sound design, sample fodder, it's a great little sound source on its own. Hit like and subscribe for more videos every week. Check out the Patreon link if you want to support my channel, and cheers for watching.